Welcome back to the channel for another video on Subarus. So today's going to be a little different. We're not actually going to be working on our car today. We actually are going to be helping out a local Subaru owner. So we're going to be giving back a little bit to our local Subaru community. The car has been down for, I want to say, the better part of a year. Now I did go over and help get it prepped. So we got the motor in. And we started getting some of the accessories on, and it should be back up and running in the next week or so. But the car has been sitting for a while. It does need some help, some TLC, and Maxpeedingrod actually hit me up and they asked if I wanted to test out a new set of coilovers on his car. Now his car is a 2011 to 2014 STI. It is white, so it does look really good. It just needs to get cleaned up a little bit. Like I said, it has been sitting. And we do have some new coilovers for his car that we are going to be giving away for free and then installing on his car. In this video, I'm just going to show you guys me telling him the coilovers are for him and they are free. And we're also going to be setting the preload. So setting the preload is universal on all coilovers, essentially all coilovers. So I'll show you how to set the preload. Now the amount that you have to set is different per coil. Or per brand. So we will go over what Maxpeedingrod recommends for setting the preload, and we'll get all that set. But before we get into that, we'll cut to the clip about a few weeks ago. I went over to a local pizza shop where the guy works, and I showed him the coilover. So let's cut to that, and then we'll cut back to the garage, and we'll get this preload set. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel for another video. This week is a little bit different. We actually have a new partner on the channel, and we actually are going to be reviving an STI that is at this local pizza shop, Don Luca. So if you guys haven't checked this out and you are local to Wilmington, definitely check them out. One of the employees does have an STI. It has been sitting for a while, and we have been working on getting it back up and running and back up at 100%. And this company called Maxpeedingrod hit me up, and we have the first T7 coilovers for this vehicle. These are meant for daily driving, light track use. So if you want to do autocross or something like that, that would work for these. Now they are 24-way adjustable, 8K spring rates in the front, 7K in the back, and they both have pillow balls in the front and back and camber plates in the front. So it is a full adjustable coilover system. So the employee here has no clue that I have these coilovers for him. So we're going to surprise him with these coilovers, and then we will bring these coilovers back, and I will show you guys how to set the preload and everything on them. And in the next video, we will be installing them. So let me show you what these look like in the back of the car. All right, so here are the new T7 coilovers that Maxpeedingrod sent over. I mean, these look really, really good. These aren't out yet. They are coming out very soon. The bottom is powder coated. You have these nice powder coated springs here. Obviously you have that pillow ball with the camber adjustment and the 24-way adjustable. Now these are the front, so this is 8K spring rate in the front. The rear is 7K. So let's walk over and show them these coilovers. We're hiding it, everyone, we're hiding it. We don't want them to see it while we walk up. So these are some new coilovers that were just sent over to me. So these aren't even released yet. These are coming soon, and these are for your car.
Wow.
So these are the new T7 coilovers. They're meant for like daily driving and light track use. They're 24-way adjustable, and it's all pillow ball.
What company is that?
This is Maxpeedingrod. These aren't even out yet. Yeah, check those out. I got the rest in the trunk, so obviously you could check those out. I do still need to set the preload and everything on them, so I can get all that done.
Yeah, dude, that's nice.
All right, and we're back at the garage, and we are going to be finishing up this video by setting the preload on all 4 of these coils. So I did off camera just set 2 of the preloads on one front and one rear. So it is kind of nifty. They do give you a little book, and they do tell you what the preload is supposed to be. Now they do say that the preload was set before they were shipped, but I always like just setting it myself and just making sure it is where I want it to be. So it says here in the book that the spring preload is supposed to be 7mm, which is the best preload for our coilovers. Changing the preload to adjust the height is not recommended. So that is, of course, true. You do not want to raise or lower the car by adjusting the preload. So we will go over how to adjust ride height and preload in this video, and of course we'll just do the preload. But yeah, let's jump to that. All right, so in the book it says it wants 7mm of preload. So what does that mean? That means the overall length of the spring, we want to compress it 7mm. So I did set these 2 off camera just to make sure that everything is good with those. Let's start with this rear right here. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to get all the collars loose. I don't have this one loose yet. But we want to get all the collars loose, and we want to basically remove all preload on the spring, and then we can measure the spring. We can figure out how much we need to compress it from there. So let's get this loosened up. We'll break these loose. They do supply, of course, with some spanner wrenches. So we're going to break these loose, and then since these are brand new, we should be able to adjust these with our hands. And yeah, we'll get this set. Let's go. All right, quick and easy. We got the spring loose, so it does move up and down slightly. So be easy just so it can get held in place. So get your tape measure out. Let's just measure it real quick. Top of the spring to the bottom. Let's see, we're at 18.1 on here. So let's just count up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 17.4 is where we want to compress the spring at. So very easy to do. We would now just tighten the spring. And now since we know where our measurement needs to be, we just keep tightening until we get to our correct length. And right on the money, measurement is perfect. So now since the preload is set, you can pull the middle collar up and lock that in place. So just take your spanner wrenches, just like loosening it, but now we're tightening it. And just try to hold the top one in place. You don't want to spin it. You only want to spin the bottom one. All right. So top collar is, oh, that one got tight. Let's loosen that up. So the 2 top ones are tight. So preload is set on this. So we're never basically going to adjust these top collars again. So these are locked into place. So to adjust ride height on these coilovers, or like a BC coilover system, these are very, very similar to BC's. But all that you do is you only loosen this bottom collar, and then this spins up. So this would lower the car, and then making more threads would obviously raise the car. So the bottom is set. I'm just going to match it with this one, so at least we can have the exact same ride heights from the beginning. So yeah, let's just spin this out to match it, and then pull that collar down. And we're not going to get it super tight or anything, because once it is on the car, we are going to have to raise and lower it like the car a few times to make sure the ride height is perfect from right to left. But the rears are complete now. So looking at just measuring up here, I mean, they both look exactly the same. So perfect. Rears are good. Next, we're going to do the fronts. Fronts are exactly the same. So same concept, the bottom collar. You just loosen the bottom collar here, and this is how you would adjust the ride height for the front. And to set the preload, we're only going to be adjusting this. So this one is already set. We're going to set this one, so it is the same process. First, we're going to loosen the top collar. Once that gets loosened, we will make the spring like loose so we can get a correct measurement of the full length, and then we will compress it 7 millimeters. So let's get that one done. 23.2. Now I'm going to say, yeah, let's say 23.2. So we're going to compress that 7. So now we know where that goes. It's going to go straight to that 22 mark there. Great. All right, so let's get this one compressed, and we'll be all set. And there we have it. All the preloads are set for the front and rears. So we did one rear and one front today. Very simple. Basically, just to summarize what we did, you loosen the spring so you can measure the full length, and then you just compress it per Maxpeedingrod's instructions, 7 millimeters. So this is pretty universal for any coilover that is like this, including my Fortunes, BCs, anything like that that are similar in this design. That's how you would set the preload. So I know on the Fortune Autos, those are also set by them, so I didn't touch the preload on those, but in their instructions, they do have a recommended preload setting. So if I did ever want to check, it would be the same process. I would loosen the spring, measure it, and then compress it the amount of millimeters that they ask you to do. So these were 7 mil on all of them. We are all set for this. So I'm sure these are going to ride really, really nice. Last time I checked out his car, I did look at his stock suspension. Now he does have stock suspension on the car. His top hats, the stock top hats are rubber, and they were cracking, and they did show some age just because it's been sitting for a little bit. So these are going to be a huge improvement with, like I said a few times in the video, it has these pillow ball mounts up top, and then we also have this adjustment here for the dampening. So I'm really excited to get these on the car and just feel these compared to like the Fortunes that are on mine. So I will give an honest feedback of how I think about these, but overall impressions are really, really nice right now. They look like a top of the line coil, but I mean for half the price. So I will have these linked in the description below so you guys can check them out. I know it does say coming soon on their website, so they will be out very soon. I'm sure they'll be out hopefully by the holidays, so everyone can pick them up if you do want to get them. If not, I'm sure they'll be coming out like first quarter 2025. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. Until next time, see you guys.